Hey everyone, welcome to the ranking. Here's my ranking of Jon Turteltaub's movies. Yes, director Jon Turteltaub just came out with his new movie this weekend, The Meg, The Megalodon. And I thought I'd celebrate The Meg by doing a ranking of all Jon Turteltaub's movies from my least favorite to my favorite, all the movies he's directed, and there's ruling. I'm leaving a couple of films off. There's a few movies he directed before his career really took off and stuff. He directed a lot of independent comedies, haven't seen them. Don't want to see them, so I don't have those on those movies on this list, but I digress. All his big movies are on here, all 11 of them, so let's get to it. Here's my ranking of Jon Turteltaub's movies from the least favorite to my favorite. Alright, coming in number 11 is Instinct. Instinct is a crime thriller that's boring, generic, and it's very muddled when it comes to its story. Anthony Hopkins is fine, but that's about it. It's long, it's drawn out, it's just been there, done that, it's too predictable, and yeah, easily his worst film. Coming in number 10 is The Kid. The Kid, yes, Bruce Willis in a child. It's his younger self. Oh my god. Really ridiculous kids film that, even as a kid, I couldn't stand it. I didn't like Bruce Willis in it. It was overly wishy-washy and stuff. It was, again, super predictable, super corny. You didn't like the story, didn't like the characters, and yeah, just never was a fan of this one. Coming in number 9 is Three Ninjas. Yes, Three Ninjas. I used to watch this as a kid, all the films. The Three Ninjas, the sequels, Kick Back and stuff. Really dumb movies, but I kind of enjoyed them as a kid when I was 6, 7 years old and stuff. It was basically what if Kevin McAllister was a ninja and stuff, and there was 3 of them. So yeah, really stupid movie, and they do not work at all. Not in the least, but these characters are boring, uninteresting. Very stereotypical. You got the kid that eats a lot, you got the cool kid, you got the smart kid and stuff. The only thing that's interesting is their grandfather, but he barely has a story. They focus on the boring, uninteresting kids that can't act. So, Three Ninjas. This is the only Three Ninjas movie Jon Turteltaub ever did, thank God, because the rest of them sucked even more, but yeah, not a fan. Coming in number 8 is Phenomenon. Phenomenon is starring John Travolta, and people are mixed on this movie. Some people think it's a very uplifting, interesting film with a great, captivating performance by John Travolta. Other people think it's dull, derivative, and pretty cliched, and it's not really worth a damn. I'm with that side. I don't think this movie is all that great. I don't think the story is all that great. I don't think this movie is as uplifting as it thinks it is and stuff. There's other movies that have done stories just like it, and yeah, I think it's a waste of time. Coming in number 7 is Las Vegas. Las Vegas actually came out just a couple of years ago. I remember seeing this movie in theaters, and this is a good time. It's a feel-good movie, and I liked the 4 leads. I didn't really laugh once in this movie, not once. I don't think there's anything really funny about it, and it's supposed to be a comedy, but I did like the 4 leads, Morgan Freeman, Kevin Kline, Michael Douglas, Robert De Niro. I liked them. I thought they all had good chemistry, and they gave good performances, and I thought they brought a lot of charm to the film. It wasn't funny, but I liked them in the film, so that gives it some respect. Coming in number 6 is The Meg. The Megalodon. Yes, The Meg. I just reviewed this movie, and it's dumb fun, it's stupid, it's ridiculous. You don't have to run out and see it unless you love shark movies. If you love ridiculous, insane shark movies like Sharknado, Deep Blue Sea, and all that kind of shtick, you're gonna like this one. It's got a cool performance by Jason Statham, who's an actor I don't always like, but he's great in these kind of roles, and the visuals are fine. The shark, anytime the shark's on the screen, is pretty badass. You have to sit through a lot of slog in the first act, but when it gets going, it gets fun and ridiculous, and yeah, it's a fun time. Coming in number 5 is The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Yes, yes. Nothing like The Sorcerer's Apprentice in Fantasia. A much better segment, but the movie it's fine. I thought JayVaters was fine. Nicolas Cage as Balthazar is really good. Alfred Molina as this ridiculous over-the-top villain is fine. It's the sorcerer is looking for an apprentice, and this apprentice will stop the villain, Alfred Molina, and everything, and it's JayVaters who's this nerdy kid, but then he has to be a sorcerer, and there's funny moments here and there. I liked every scene with JayVaters and Nick Cage. They had a fun little relationship, and they had good back and forth with each other, and the movie's fine, it's harmless, great for kids. I even think it's pretty good for adults. I like it. My sister loves this movie. I think it's fine. It's nothing amazing, but I think it's pretty good. Coming in number 4 is National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets. This movie has a lot of repeat and a lot of rehash of the first film, which really drags it down. And I don't like, it's Helen Mirren. I don't like Ben's mother, and I don't think his father was utilized properly. Should have just been Ben Gates and, his crew and stuff. Justin Bartha, Diane Kruger and stuff. The story was interesting about how they thought their father was the one who really shot Abraham Lincoln, not John Wilkes Booth and everything. And they're trying to find the Book of Secrets and stuff, and it's interesting stuff. I liked Ed Harris as the villain. The entire third act is when it gets really fun and entertaining and stuff, and I thought the movie had a cool concept and a good idea, and I love Nicolas Cage, but there was some pretty corny moments. There's like a Nicolas Cage freak out moment that's not really that funny and not really used properly. It really didn't fit well with that part of the story. It's like, okay, this is just weird. But the movie is good, and I think it's a pretty good sequel. Coming in number 3 is National Treasure, the first National Treasure. This is a really great film. I think this movie's super underrated. So yeah, the second one is really great in the third act. The third act of the second film is so good. See, the first National Treasure is so good from start to finish. It's fun, it's non-stop interesting and fun and entertaining. I love Sean Bean as the villain. I love that Riley and Ben Gates trying to, steal the Declaration of Independence because they know Sean Bean's going to do it because then he'll destroy it and try to get the treasure map and everything. Then they get Diane Kruger involved and everything, and Harvey Keitel's after them, and it's really great stuff. I love the story, like Christopher Plummer tells young Ben Gates in the beginning. I love everything. It's so cheesy and just really corny and very campy Disney stuff, but it's so fun. I love it. I find it so fascinating and so fun and just so entertaining. It doesn't make sense, but I don't care. It's so much fun. Coming in number 2 is While You Were Sleeping. While You Were Sleeping is such a great romantic comedy with Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman, and Peter Gallagher and stuff. Like this is a really fun film. This is really heartwarming. It's very funny. I like how this guy's in a coma, and then the family thinks like he's like engaged to Sandra Bullock, but then she like falls in love with his brother, and like really funny stuff. Yeah, I like the idea and the concept, and this is definitely one of my favorite Sandra Bullock movies. And Sandra Bullock, again, hit and miss with me, just like Jon Turteltaub himself. She does a lot of bad movies, but like these kind of movies, I just find them very sweet, very endearing. I love watching them. And my number 1 favorite Jon Turteltaub movie is Some People Say We Can't Believe Jamaica, we a bobsled team. Yes, Cool Runnings. Feel the rhythm, feel the right. Give it up, it's bobsled time. Cool Runnings. Cool Runnings, I love it. I love Cool Runnings. I love these characters. I love your Brenna, Junior Man, Senka, Darius, and your dead man. Yeah, man. I love John Candy in this movie. I love this movie. It's basically a true story, loosely, on the first Jamaican bobsled team in the Olympics and stuff. This movie is not at all accurate, but it's a lot of fun. It's got that sports cheese. It's so inspirational. When they pick up the sled and everyone's like clapping. So great. I love it. I love John Candy. I love the entire bobsled team. I love these characters. It's super funny, super entertaining. I grew up with this movie. I still, to this day, love watching this movie. It's easily Jon Turteltaub's best film. So yeah, that's my ranking of Jon Turteltaub's movies from my least favorite to my favorite. So in the comment section below, please tell me what is your favorite and least favorite Jon Turteltaub movie. If you've seen all of them, give me a ranking of all of them from your least favorite to your favorite. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.